I'm listening to the way that they're talking, and I could not feel any further. I couldn't feel any more different than the way Sam feels in the cutscene. It's the furthest thing. I feel 180. I'm dumbfounded. The whole plot of the game, the whole premise, it baffles me. Our sister gets herself killed, blowing up an Altera research site after hiding a cure to the bacteria because she was concerned Altera might mutate it and weaponize it. So we drop what we're doing and we come to the planet to investigate big bad Altera that got our sister killed, may have been responsible, may have done it themselves, and they covered it up, only to learn our sister got herself killed. Altera did nothing wrong. I feel like an idiot. This story is awful. I'm sorry. It's not just bad. It's inconsistent. It's poorly written. I haven't even gotten into Maida. I haven't even gotten onto her subplot. I haven't even started Alan's subplot. But hold up, wait a minute. I know what you're saying, I hear you. If I hate it so much, then why am I still playing it? Well, if I give a negative review or negative criticism for a game, and I haven't played it for very long, somebody could easily try to invalidate my opinion. Oh, well, you've only played it for 50 hours. Your opinion doesn't matter. You can't say it sucks. You haven't played it long enough. Okay? I throw 500 hours into a game, and I'm like, you know what? This game is really, really bad. Let me tell you why it's bad. Then you try to invalidate my opinion again for sort of the same reason. Oh, well, if you think if the game's so bad, then why are you playing it so much? So what's the magical number? How long am I required or allowed to play a game before I have to quit and my opinion be accepted? Because the way that I see it, I would value the opinion of someone that spent 500 hours with the game over the opinion of someone that picked it up and dropped it 10 hours in. They could both say that the game sucks. They could both write gigantic, massive walls of text about why the game sucks. And I'm still going to give more credit to the dude that's got 500 hours in the game telling me why it's bad, as opposed to the guy that's got 10 hours in the game and he's like, yeah, it's bad. So I play it as much as I do because I want to see if it gets better or if it gets worse. And we're in that 11th hour, final phase, finishing touches, polish and optimization. And you know what? This is your game, Unknown Worlds. This is your art. You've got every right to it. I don't got a problem with that. I'm not telling you can't make this game. But just because you are unique does not make you useful. A bent fork with prongs bent to the sides is unique, but it doesn't serve its purpose. It's not good as an eating utensil. You're free to make art however you want. You're free to draw, write, create, program, animate, make whatever you want to your heart's content. You share it with the world. I'm also free to criticize it. And you know what? Not all art is created equal. Because if all art was equal, then it wouldn't be art. There wouldn't be anything special to it. One piece of art wouldn't stand out to the rest. Writing, stories, games, movies, good and bad exists. Because if there wasn't bad games, if there weren't bad stories that were poorly written, we wouldn't have any kind of measure, a metric to compare. well, what's a good game? What's a good story? What's a good way to write? Who determines what's good and bad? I don't know. But if we didn't have a concept of what's acceptable and what's not, then we couldn't have something we could appreciate. We couldn't have art. So, check it out. I'm going to give some suggestions that's going to keep Miss Jill Murray's goalposts where they're at. You know what? Let's reach that same conclusion. But let me retrace a different path on this map. Let me take a detour around that ravine. This path looks a little bit safer. It might take longer, but it looks safer. I might be actually able to make it to the end. And this is also strictly dealing with Sam. Not even going to be getting into the other plot threads. I will in future videos, but man, I'm just going. So, Kara needs to actually be a threat. And there has to be some kind of explicit implication in the game. There has to be proof and evidence that Alterra is bad. Let's accept the premise that Alterra's bad. Okay, you know what? Alterra's bad. Make me believe it. Prove it. Have a PDA entry where Zeta is talking with Emmanuel and they're like, should we tell corporate? You know, she's caught on to what we're doing. What do we do? Hey, you know what? How about Emmanuel doesn't approve of what they're doing, but he likes his job, and more importantly, he likes his paycheck because he likes putting food on the table for his family. And he don't like it, and he's got a moral crisis of his own. But Zeta's like, Zeta plays flip-flop. She gives Sam the cold corporate shoulder, the dismiss. Okay, well, this isn't your jurisdiction. You don't know what you're talking about. She gives her the brush off. But when she's handling Emmanuel, it's the good cop, bad cop dynamic. She's trying to be sympathetic. I understand what you're saying, blah, blah, blah. But then that whole think of your career bit, you know, think of the long run. Think of your kids. You don't want them to go without, do you? Kind of have her subliminally, like, outright threaten Emmanuel. Like, hey, I'm Alterra. I'm face of Alterra. You do what we say or your kids might not, your family, your boyfriend, your husband, they might lose a family member. Something might happen to you, right? You know, 4546B is a dangerous place. Employees getting hurt on accident or suffering grave injury from the local hostile fauna is not unheard of. That explicitly places Alterra in the bad corporate evil territory. Make them. Don't leave it to the player to assume. Give credence to what's happening. Have a log. Have some kind of creature. Have like a dead squid shark beside the Omega Lab, a corpse. And they're infected with the mutated Kara, but it's clearing up. It's clearing up already. You know, Alan might even comment, it's like, this appears to be a nearly completely destroyed strain of Kara. Left alone for a few more days, you know, this corpse will be completely free of the Kara. And then, let's find another corpse. Somewhere, I don't know, a little bit further away, or different biome, I don't know. But say this corpse has Kara on it, and it's not going away. Say there was a weaponized version or a mutated version. Have Alterra have been successful, and then have it get out and infect some creatures before they were able to contain the infection. That's every justification you need right then and there. Alterra mutated the Kara, made it resistant to the enzyme 42, and she's seen it happen. There's no speculation. There's no, oh, well, you might use it for bad. She's seen it happen.